First portion we're going to look at is greatest common factor, which I'll just abbreviate from here on out as GCF. This should be the first thing you look for in any factoring problem as we work our way throughout the year. Always look for the GCF first. I'll continue to ask that. Greatest common factor is the highest number that it divides exactly into two or more numbers. So, start us out. All we're going to do in this first slide is factor out the greatest common factor. First one, pretty basic. We have 2 and 4. That's all we have. And then both terms don't have x's, so I'm not worried about the x. What's the common factor between 2 and 4? Well, it's 2. You take that out to show what's left over. You just divide. 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so I'll just put x. 4 divided by 2 is a positive 2. There's your answer. It's completely factored. So it's the opposite of distribution, which we did last week. This next one. We have 3 numbers we're looking at. We have 6, 12, and 9. Negative 12 to be exact. 6, 12, and 9, they all have 3 in common. 6 and 12 have 6, but 9 stops us from going any bigger than what we need is our 3. Variable-wise, the first term has an x squared, second term has an x, last term has nothing, so they don't have any variables in common. So now it's just showing what's left over. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Still got our x squared. Negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Still got our x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. There's our solution, or factored form. A couple more. Got some variables in the mix. 5x squared minus 4x. 5 and 4 don't have anything in common, but x squared and x, they both have x's. You take out the lowest number of x's. That's all they have in common. The second one only has 1x, so you can only take 1x out. You take the x out, you're left with a 5x minus 4, and the factoring is complete. Next one, last one, pretty much the most you'll see in this. Now, here's the big thing. I lead off with a negative. If you lead off with a negative, I want that to come out of the greatest common factor. Technically, it's not wrong if it doesn't come out, but I always want to take the negative out. After that, I look at the 9, the 3, and 15. They all have 3 in common. So negative 3 is coming out. Careful when we show what's left over here. We have x to the 4th, cubed, and squared. Smallest one is an x squared. You show what's left over in a minute. Each of these has a y, so a y comes out. Now we show what's left over. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is a 3. You took 2 x's away from 4, so we have 2 left over, so 3x squared. You took 1 y away from y, there's no y left over. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is a positive 1. If you want to put a 1 there, go for it. Doesn't matter if it's there or not. You took 2 x's out of 3, 1 is left over. No y's are left over, just like the first term. 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5, so signs switch. Notice that. X squared, you took all the x's out, you took all the y's out, close it up, finish it.